one, congrats, and two, what? And he goes, man, honestly, you just got to sway back and forth and you just act like you smell a fart. Just
Oui, j'ai parlé un peu de français avec mes amis, puis je pense que le costume il est super chouette.
oui,
We got subtitles.
oui. Ladies and gentlemen, Hang Time, Season 2, Episode 5. 2-5. Ben. St-Juste. What's up, dog?
What's up?
Do you guys do that on purpose? Episode 2 or Season 2, Episode 525? Because Hang Time 4 last week, Heineke, that just hit me. Also, too, I don't think I realized we're going to talk about it later. I thought that this had something to do with your name. I thought that could be. I've been trying to make this into a B.
Yeah.
And I think you could basically argue that into an S and then threw that back. That has nothing to do with it, though, right?
Nah, there was a lot of speculation because I didn't really explain where it come from. It's so new. So some guys were like, "Hey, he's doing the green."
Everybody loves it.
He's doing the green Power Ranger stance, or
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying, or
yeah.
he's just locking guys down. But it really comes from this French rapper from Paris named Caris. Dropped a video back in 2013, and he did that gesture, and I was like, that's kind of cool. And first time I did it was in the Senior Bowl. I did it. Teammates went wild, and
yes.
I was like,
wait, so 2013, bro? How old were you in 2013?
I was in middle school, and I saw that video because that's what I grew up French, rappers and French music. I wasn't even speaking English at that time, so that's what I grew up on. And I was looking for that trademark celebration, going to the NFL instead of doing the go-to no or this. I was like, let's go with this, and took off. And now I'm super tight with the rapper. He reached out. He's like, that's cool that you
I know when you're in the moment and you have an awesome pass breakup, you'll have to, maybe if you think you're like, ooh, I just broke up a pass and I made a sweet play, you'll think, wait, Tress kind of does this with me. When you make a sweet play, I'm over by the kicking net just going I think it's a matter of time until the whole stands just start doing it, bro. It is a top tier celebration, man.
It is. I mean, I did it a few times last year, and it kind of took off. But the more we the more success we have as a team, and more plays I make individually, and I keep doing it, everybody start following the trend. So that's cool.
It is definitely a sweet maneuver over just the traditional, and that's cool. It's a real power move, but you don't want to get flagged if you just stare the dude right in his eyes and just say, "Let me ask you this, man." It's a big deal whenever it's an incomplete pass, especially on a big bomb. But let's say a DB is covering a wide receiver, and the quarterback just completely overthrows him. Mm-hmm. How come DBs tend to just still celebrate right in the receiver's face? Is it a mind game? Is it chess up here? Is that why?
Well, honestly, it just gives us a little bit of confidence and reassurance that I was there.
I was there.
Even if the ball
you didn't make the catch.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
It's such a hard position to play that you just got to take every gift that you can get. You know, you're going backward, he's going forward.
Yes.
Some of those guys are top athletes, so the ball didn't get there. Ball didn't get there. That's my job is done.
Dude, playing DB in the NFL, I do not envy you, man. Mm-hmm. I do, but dude, you're doing awesome. So typically on Hang Time, I know you said you watched the episode with Revo, seen the one with John. I'd like to go a little bit of ball. Mostly I like to talk a whole lot of life and a little bit of everything else, but we do got to go over some of the highlights from the game, starting with the Pain Train sack.
Yes, sir.
Now, Big Pain, this dude, super nice guy, super scary guy. Mm-hmm. Do you catch highlights like this the next day because you're so locked in and locked on to a receiver? What is the what do you think whenever you see a big play by the D lineman? Are you playing catch up? Oh sweet, we got a sack. Let's roll. How's it work, man?
Honestly, it's kind of a little bit of both. It's kind of the next day when we watch the tape with the whole defense. I see and I'm like, oh, I had good coverage, but also the ball didn't come out because Payne was already in the quarterback's face, or I'm running around, look I hear the fans screaming. I look back and I just see Payne already celebrating,
flexing, man.
Not saying much, just flexing, not saying much, going on the bench, mean mugging, not saying anything. Man. But man, those guys make her job so much easier.
Man. He is definitely a lot of fun to watch, and I enjoy now, and I know we had the all black unis working, but I love that all of our D linemen are just so scary. Mm-hmm. All nice dudes, all smiling all the time, hanging out in the locker room. But man, on the field, they are just some. I told John Allen, I said, dude, you're a really nice guy, but you're a bad dude.
Exactly.
It's just, man.
there's that they all have that switch, you know, which is perfect for football. You know, off
No
football,
doubt.
you know, really nice
Yes.
guy, but on the field, like you might not want to get in
Completely
their way,
agree,
you know,
man.
so.
Completely agree. All right, man. So the next highlight, I could say that you had a hand in it. Would that be the correct terminology of what you're going for whenever you're trying to break up the pass and knock the ball free?
Yeah, definitely.
I think on Danny's pick, right? Don't you come up and pop that thing loose and Danny comes over and scoops it up or picks it up out of the air?
Yeah, I was that was.
Oh, yeah,
that,
you're locked in. Pop!
Yep. That was big. Like right before the half.
Oh, huge, man.
They ended up no touchdown, no field goals. So
We
no
get
points.
the ball coming out the second half.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that was going to be a battle with, like, you know, with top receivers like that.
Man, no question, bud.
So I was glad I was able to, like, you know, make that play and kind of like shift the momentum back to us.
Yes.
Right before half. So yeah, and then Danny's right there, you know. So every time, you know, like we say, everybody eats, and then, you know, everybody eats B. So
I love that,
Danny
man.
got his pick. I got the PBU, and
I know, man. That's so big time. So like going into this week, and you're obviously going against Jefferson, one of the best in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Is there so much film study that goes into like his tendencies and their tendencies as an offense, him personally, like, I don't know, the plays he makes or the game changing plays that he could typically make playing against other teams? What was that like for you to where it just turns into the dogfight like we're seeing here in the end zone? You're trying to break everything up.
Yeah, so I mean, going against a guy like that, obviously your film study gotta you know, you gotta take it up a little. You gotta really study like the details. So I started with, like, you know, his release, how he release off press, man. How many moves does he make to get off press? We knew they were going to be a big play action team, and they was going to have me travel everywhere with him.
Yeah.
So it was really about changing my techniques and stuff, because that guy is smart too. You know, he's going to
changing your techniques this week. Like, you're making a change this week just because, you know, he's watching you too, and like
throughout the whole game. Because like I said, him going to halftime, he's like, okay, he pressed me this way and I didn't make the play. So next time I go against him, I'm going to do something different. So he's already thinking I'm going to do the same thing. But me at halftime, I changed my technique too. So it's really a chess game, especially with those top receivers.
Dude, big fan of chess. You play chess?
A little bit.
So I don't play a lot, but I like chess on the field. Like, I try and keep the returner guessing, or try and make sure like a coach doesn't have like a cue on which way I'm punting the ball. Your level of chess, my friend. So my dad used to have this old school, one of the original laptops.
Yeah.
And you could play chess against a computer, and there was like 4 levels.
Yeah.
And I forget what the expert level was called, but there was like, you had expert, and I guess that makes sense. It'd be the expert level, but it's the one above that. And I like to think I'm on about like level 2. What you just described to me was like past that level of expert, of in-game change and things like that. Dude, that is a great fun fact, man.
Yes, sir.
That is a great fun fact. That's super cool. Okay, finishing up with the highlights. You guys are resting. Okay, offense is on the field. You guys are chilling, going over, got all the plays, talking with your coaches. Do you get to pay attention, like, in detail to the offense, or is it kind of like talk to the coaches, look up at the screen, talk to the coaches, look up at the screen? How's it work?
We kind of get to see a little bit of it. I hope Coach Harris doesn't see this, but sometimes, like, he has the iPad right there, like, showing me some plays, but I'm like looking up a little bit, trying to see like what's going on.
It's still ball. You're like, yeah, totally.
On this play, because we were sitting on the bench and it was so far in the end zone, so I didn't really see Curtis. I just saw the ball throw. I'm like, where's this ball? Like, where's this ball going? There's like I saw 3 Vikings players, but I didn't see Curtis. So I'm like, oh no, this about to be an intercept. But then I saw Curtis pop out of nowhere, catch the ball, roll into the end zone, and do his little celebration and everything. So that was a big moment.
That was unbelievable. Did you see, either in the instant replay or from watching film, have you seen everything shake down with the official?
I know.
It's just, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, what do you do in that moment if you're him? It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I mean,
how pissed would you have been? How pissed would you have been as the DB?
I would have been pissed too. I think they were pretty pissed about it. I mean, it looks like the ref was trying to make an interception too. So, you know, 7 points for the good guys.
See, so I'm a father of 3, and our 2 oldest are 4.5. Okay, so they're kind of like old enough now where I could look at them and just be like, "Are you for real? Like, this is how you're gonna act right now?" and they kind of like get that
Get
it's
the
not,
feeling.
oh man, I'm pissed off. It's like more of a disappointed.
Yeah.
I think full blown, if I was the DB, that's how it would be. I wouldn't get a flag, but I would just look at the referee and I'd be like,
There's not much
are
to
we
be
being
said.
serious?
We both know like there's something wrong in this situation. He's like,
nothing can be done.
Yeah.
But like they have all the power in the game. So I think I would just use that moment where I know this dude can't come back with anything, and I'd just be like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like this is the NFL. But I mean, hey, Curtis makes an unbelievable play, and I think he makes a play even if the official wasn't there. So that's how it goes.
yeah.
How many times you get matched up with Curtis in practice?
Well, right before I made the transition back to outside corner,
Right.
and I was at nickel throughout OTAs and training camp,
Right.
and that's where usually like Curtis is, like on the inside and all that. So I got to go against him a handful of times. Yeah.
I was talking with Carson and Taylor one time, and I was just asking them about. I mean, I feel like our skill positions on both sides of the ball, you guys back deep, and our wide receivers, they're just like, you guys are just so dang good and talented. And so I was asking them to break down the different receivers, and they were like, I was asking them the strengths of each guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to Curtis, Carson and Taylor were both like, just give him the ball. Like, he has to have the ball. When he has the ball in his hands, that is like when he is just the most dangerous. Dude, some of these cuts that he makes, they make my knees hurt. I mean, he's like, he stops on these dimes, and I'm like, like that gets me. I don't know how he does it, dude.
He's like a joystick. Man. I remember in practice, it wasn't even like 100%, but like, I'm just trying to get my tag off, and he just stopped on the dime and spin. I'm like, oh, well, hold on now. Like,
yes,
I just
man.
started sprinting. I'm like, hold on, you're not gonna do me dirty in practice like that. No.
Okay, so you growing up north, the video games that you made me think of it whenever you brought up the joystick.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a video gamer right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so take me back. I'm going to ask you to go back. I was at the height of my video game lifestyle around like 7th, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it was the N64 that I was baller on.
N64, okay.
I know. Listen, man, I'm a little bit older.
I played on the N64.
There you go. Some 007, some Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
NFL Blitz. Were you big into the Madden or the NCAA or anything like that?
I was honestly, like, I was big on, like, I was such a like video game guy, like kid, that I played pretty much everything. You know, like NCAA, Road to Glory, Madden, Tony Hawk, SSX, NHL.
Yes. But the reason I ask is I love when somebody brings up like the joystick term. Yeah. Because as soon as you said joystick, I immediately thought about like the cuts that you could make, and you could do some sort of cut, and boom, the guy would like make this crazy spin. Yeah. And that is a perfect example whenever you were talking about Curtis, man.
Yeah, that.
All right, dude. So I get a little disappointed with some of the feedback that we get here on Hang Time, because I put a lot of heart and soul into this, and our team here puts a lot of heart and soul, but there is a fan favorite segment around here, Ben. Mm-hmm. And it involves one man. It's freaking Cheese. And I get it. Charming individual. I mean, very consistent. I'm sure every time you see him around the building, it's just like, yep, there's Cheese. Like, picture interacting with Cheese right now in the building. And it's the same way every time, isn't it?
Every time.
Consistent.
All positive.
And I get that. I really don't have any hard feelings. I understand it because I leave the comments as well that I'm here for Cheese. But, Ben, it is time for our Deliver of the Week, brought to us by Grubhub through Cheese. Cheese, bring us in, man. Welcome, Cheese.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Thank you for joining us, man.
Heard you got the memo on the great.
Oh yeah, great. I forgot to text Ben. Yeah, but the gray hoodie was the move. So
don't worry about
it. How was that ride in, man? Pretty sweet.
It was smooth.
Tiger get you?
It's November. It was nice and warm. I mean, no tiger this time.
No tiger.
Got them all tamed. We're all good to go. Let's get into it. For my Grubhub Delivery of the Week, I present to you the secondary.
The secondary.
The secondary. Let's go.
Ben St-Juste. Mm-hmm. What was the line you said about everybody eating earlier?
Everybody eats B.
Everybody eats B.
Yeah.
Everybody eats C.
Everybody eats.
For Cheese.
Just like that punt team, man.
We all eat.
Yeah. We all eat.
But it is the delivery of the secondary.
It is the secondary.
You guys, Scale of 1 to 10. How much do y'all feed off of each other throughout a game?
It's crazy like how we don't really have to say anything to each other. It's
Love
just
it.
like the energy and like the play. Like I see like because Kendall, Kendall,
Oh,
Kendall
yeah,
doesn't say
man.
really much,
Not much, dude.
But I see Kendall making a play on the other side. I'm like, let me go get one.
Yes,
let me go
man.
get one. Then I make
Love
one,
that.
and then Danny wants one,
Yep.
and then Bobby wants one. And it's great, and that's really
Yes.
how it is. It's contagious.
Yes,
So.
dude. I love whenever you guys you can just see like each play like you're talking about just builds and builds and builds, and then man, watching Chris Harris run up and down the sideline, man. Either when he's pissed off or excited, he runs. He just keeps running. I'm like, golly, man, he's gonna pop a hamstring or something, but he gets all hyped up, dude. He's fun to watch during the game.
Definitely is.
Is that I know like you said, every single week there's just crazy challenges. You're going against some of the best athletes in the world. Coming in, they just pick up Hawkinson. They got Thielen. They got Jefferson. You got Kirk coming back to DC. Is it just one of those where the passes are coming and there's just no breaks? Like you guys are out there, there's no breaks, just on edge every freaking play.
Yeah, and we knew it, and we prepared for it throughout the whole week. We knew that they have a lot of great weapons on offense, like you mentioned them on receiver and even at running back too.
Yeah.
But, we feed off each other. We know that we have a great front seven, so we know like the run is going to get taken care of.
That's
so
right,
when
man.
the ball is in the air, like, it's our time to make some plays.
Yeah.
And I feel like especially at our position, you got to feed off these type of opportunities, You don't really get better going against like, average or below like competition, but like when you go against those top guys and you come out and make some plays, this is what brings the best out of you.
Yeah,
as
no
a player.
question.
Yeah.
That's a baller statement of the day right there. Thank you, Ben. That was oftentimes there's some baller statements sprinkled in here on Hang Time, and that was a good one. That was a good one. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I was playing DB in the NFL, I would really hope for that below average receiving core that I just wouldn't be exposed. So touche to you for just continuing to get better, man.
It's nice to see you on my team again, Ben. Many of you don't know, Ben and I played at Michigan together, so it's good to be back on the same side.
Yes,
How many
sir.
years were you at Michigan together?
What, two?
2017
years
and 2018.
2017 and 2018.
Good old days.
Good old days.
Yeah.
Dude, you didn't want to go somewhere warm, man?
Nah, man, I'm from Canada. I feel comfortable in the cold. So from Canada to
Second
Michigan
baller
to
statement.
Minnesota.
Gosh.
All
And then
cold.
it's about to start getting real freaking cold here. So as you know, man,
Yeah.
another baller statement. Well, Ben, whenever Cheese comes, not only does he bring the Grubhub, but he also brings our segment that we do specifically with Cheese.
That's right.
And it's called You Posted That, presented by Zoomph. Now, you and I walked in the door at the same time, as did Cheese.
That's right.
We have no idea what pictures are about to pop up. There's been some cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some bad ones. So we have probably 4 or 5 pictures. They're going to pop up on the screen, and we are going to go from there. And we are starting hot. How
I
about
love
that?
this.
Oh man, 2017
At Michigan.
at Michigan.
Yep.
Halloween costume. Last minute, I'm like, I don't.
Was
have,
your name Pierre?
Honestly, I'm going for the Frenchman.
Yep.
Like
Cla-
artist.
pull that
Bonjour
off.
Pierre.
I think I had my baguette somewhere.
Okay.
And yeah, honestly, this the last minute $50 budget. I'm French. Let's just go with the Frenchman
I mean,
for Halloween costume.
Dude,
Good
and
luck.
It worked out. It worked
you
out,
just
right?
did you bust? Were you busting out the language? Were you
Oui,
busting out?
j'ai parlé un peu de français avec mes amis, puis je pense que le costume il est super chouette.
Oui,
We got subtitles?
oui. No, you just go oui. He's not man. He's not going to do us over on the podcast. You can just go oh oui, oui. Oh. Dude, that is. I mean, you just had to be killing it with that, with the accent, with the language, with the outfit. I mean, it just works.
Fits.
It just works. Cheese, were you at the party?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
But I do remember the first Halloween party I went to in Michigan. I dressed up as like Spider-Man.
Did you wear the mask?
I had a like thin, I don't even know, some type of Spider-Man mask. It was a good look.
So, did you ever
was
take it
scary.
off? The mask?
No.
That is the move, because the whole
Never.
time at the freaking
Nobody knows
party,
who
they're
you
like,
are.
who the hell is Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Did you just keep shooting webs at people too,
Oh, yeah.
like fake webs?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be the
Always.
ultimate.
Go
Yeah.
by the silly string, and just
The silly string.
I
Oh, Ben, who's that, dude?
I gotta be my friend right
That's
here,
cheese.
Cheese. I gotta be Cheese right there.
Wait, so I'm
Wait,
in
you
my
got is that a
baseball
bowling?
uniform.
Is that a bowling trophy on the left?
Yes. No, this is a bowling. I used to bowl in like a little youth league on like Sundays.
Did you bowl with Under Armour underneath your jersey and a Tampa Bay
Dude,
Rays hat?
this is me in my baseball outfit. I think I probably just came from a baseball game.
Why
to
are you
bowling.
only smiling with your bottom teeth?
So much.
I
so
don't,
much
because maybe I didn't get
questions,
first place.
See,
I don't
dude,
even know if
you
I got
posted that. It's
first.
free reign. Like, come at it, Ben. I mean,
That's a little close. Yeah.
oh, never mind. We do have some of your top chompers. So I'm sorry. You are
So,
dressed for baseball
I
at
think-
the bowling league championship.
I think it was just the banquet. I don't think it was actually like the bowling. So I
High
just came
handy-
from
It says high handicap.
series.
High
Yeah.
handicap.
Is that
series.
good or bad?
Everybody got a handicap, being a youth player.
But is it
Um,
like golf where you're high handicap?
Yeah.
That means you're
The
not
higher
as good.
the higher handicap you have adds on to your total pins. So
So you got to cover that with
You
the
want that
finger
to be
next
low.
time to just say handicap.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what is?
but I
what's
think
it say under that?
but I
It says
think I
expert
think I was the
handicap.
league overall. So I mean, still
I
had
mean-
to score good to get that, right?
Did you do so good that you got 2 trophies, like Dwight Schrute Salesman of the Year of Dunder Mifflin, or is that 2 separate?
Can't even tell what the other
awards?
one is.
You still have them?
Oh yeah,
I just
I'm
like.
pretty sure that.
I just
my
like how a
family's
dual
house.
threat you are. You got Deion Sanders,
I mean,
finishing the game
there it
from the
is.
Falcons and going and playing baseball. Then you got
Thank
Cheese,
you, Ben.
finishing baseball and
Baseball.
grabbing
Ben's
a
got
few,
your back right now.
a few
Cheese.
bowling trophies, man.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, do you guys still go bowling?
We do. And what's it called? Kendall is still very, serious about his
Oh yeah.
about his.
Have you
bowling.
watched him throw cornhole? It looks like he's bowling.
Oh,
It is very like stepped off and smooth. Cheese can bowl now, man.
Mhm.
Cheese will get you.
I mean, obviously,
I mean, clearly. Now that was a long time ago. I don't know, what was that? Last year? 2 years ago? That picture?
5 months ago, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you still got the juice.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, let's see what we got working next year.
Oh,
no.
okay.
The duck
Oh.
face made an appearance.
Yeah.
It's okay.
This is what comes with the married life,
It does.
You
It
gotta
does.
have a little softer side. And,
You do, man.
And when wifey asks for a selfie or something on Instagram, there's not really room for a no.
Hey,
That's right.
Or,
buddy,
or
I've got
there's
you.
room.
Much like you had Cheese's back on the bowling picture, I've got your back 100% here.
Appreciate
there,
it.
We
there's
got
no
it.
question. The things that you do for love, man. There's no question. The duck face, buddy, it works. I mean, it just look at like the beanie fits perfectly. I would argue that is the perfect lip placement. So we've got the French costume, and then now we have got the duck face.
You may
Buddy,
need,
it's not horrible.
you may need to add that to the celebration.
Oh. Yeah, maybe like a duck stank face. Yeah.
I'm here
Just
for
smelling
that.
a
I'm here
nasty
for that.
fart or something like. No, but that's a good duck face.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a solid duck face. That would be a good one though.
might.
I had one of my buddies in college. I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, when I'm dancing, because like when I was growing up, there was like the serious moving past the robot of like getting everything moving, and then all of a sudden, and when I was in college, it had kind of it had chilled out."
Mhm.
And I asked one of my buddies on the team, I'm like, "Dude, what's the deal like with the new vibe with dancing?" He goes, "Man, honestly, you just kind of sway back and forth, and you just act like you smell a fart, just." And then it just works, man.
Oh man.
Just like somebody
That's
beefed
bad.
one, you're good to go.
I
All
like
right.
that.
Next up on You Posted That. Yes.
This was
Now, this was
one of the
some
greatest
serious
signs I've
news
ever
in Indy
seen.
here, Ben.
Yep.
Okay.
Serious news. We got my dude in the black Nike Dry Fit
Mm-hmm.
made a sign voting us to the Emmys.
For this show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And,
For the best shows that year.
and he came all the way from California.
Came from Cali.
I don't know if he drove. That'd be pretty cool, but he made the long trip all the way out to Indy. So, I mean, the dedication was there, and
The dedication.
we appreciate that sign. Even has the GS and LS right
Yeah.
there.
All right. I think we have one last one on You Posted That? No, we don't. That is all the time we have. Cheese. Thank you.
It's probably a good thing because I have like 13 more deliveries to do. So
13 more deliveries. Hey, take it easy on the quads when you're riding the bike.
I
We
know.
got Philly. If people are late to get their food, they're late to, you just get a bad review.
I got it.
Yeah. Cheese. Thank you, man.
All right. Oh. Okay.
Dude, it's all
All
right.
right.
It's all right. He knocked over the football last week. Cheese is a good egg, man.
He is.
Cheese is a good egg. That dude came in last year, rookie year, and I was pretty impressed. Didn't ask as many questions as I thought a typical rookie would. But how'd your rookie year go, man?
I was happy with the transition, to be honest, and I think it speaks to my work ethic and how much I want to improve on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I know I ask a lot of questions because I feel like with asking a lot of questions, you acquire a lot of knowledge fast.
Yeah.
So like I asked my coach, what are certain things that rookies make, like certain mistakes and stuff, so I don't have to make the same thing. Or I follow some of the savvy vets around here like Kendall and Bobby and all that stuff, and asking questions just so I don't have to go through the same bears and mistakes that rookies make. And honestly, it helps. It helps a lot.
So when you were coming out of high school, you were pretty highly recruited, correct? Like coming out of. So I'm curious, like how did that work for you coming out of high school Canadian football?
Yeah.
Did you have aspirations to for sure come to the States and play for a big university like you did? Did you think about staying up north? Like how did that whole thing shake down, man?
Honestly, it was always a dream. Like every kid wants to go to the NFL and all that stuff, but it was so like far and it was so distant. There was just no one in my area or in my province, as we call it,
spread out, man.
that made it to the NFL. So it was kind of like you didn't really have no role models or people to look up to that made it to the NFL. So I remember 2015 summer, my parents actually believed in me first before I even believed in my talent. They was like, I think you got what it takes to like go D1 and all that stuff. I'd like to
How old were you at that point?
I was 17. I just turned 17. And then my mom was like, you keep watching all these highlights about college football and all that stuff. Like, why don't you want to go play there and all that stuff? There's a camp close to home. When I say close to home, it's kind of like 11 hours driving. So, and she signed me up for it. And it was the Michigan football camp. This first year, Coach Harbaugh was at Michigan, coming back, hosted a 3-day camp. She's like, go out there and, test your talent against some of those top guys. And I went there, just for fun.
Yeah.
And
were you full-blown DB at the time? Did you go both ways?
I was just a DB. Went out there just as a DB. And what's it called? I ended up performing very well for those 3 days. And they offered me a scholarship. And which is funny. Like, I always tell this story. Like, at 17, at that age, I come from a full-blown French-speaking family. I went to school all in French all my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because Montreal, Quebec, French is the first language. So French was my first language. I was learning English the same way you guys learn Spanish, like in high school.
Okay.
So I know that like, hi, my name is Benjamin, and that was about it. So when Coach Harbaugh brought me to his office, he's like, hey, kiddo, like, you're performing very well. We like you. You kind of remind me of Richard Sherman. I really like you. I want to offer you a scholarship. And I was like, cool. And he's like, you're not excited? Like, you're going to, but I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know what scholarship was, and I didn't know what he said. So he was confused. He was like, this guy like thinks he's, who do you think he is? Like, but I just didn't understand what was going on. It took me a week. I was like, okay, I just got a scholarship from like a, top school in his like US. Yeah. So,
man, that is really cool.
So yeah, that was my first introduction to getting recruited. And after that, I kind of like, started my recruitment process.
Oh my gosh, man. Now, how much did your pops have an influence on your career, man?
My dad definitely had a big influence in my whole career because I felt like he sacrificed a lot for me to be in this position. Me and my younger brother's following my footsteps. He was a top athlete both ways, basketball and football. Unfortunately, he didn't have the resources or family around him. He grew up by himself. So had an opportunity to go to Miami Hurricanes, but, grades, ACT injuries and all that stuff, was in the way. So he kind of like poured in his dream into, me and my younger brother by training us and, believing in us and just being a good support system. So now kind of like seeing me in an NFL playing, starting, making plays, it's kind of like his reward as a parent. Like, I was successful. I made it as a parent.
Yeah, dude, that is really cool. Is it is the football recruiting I'm sure you've seen here in the States now since you've been here, like all the recruiting classes and the rankings and things like that. Is it just like that up in Canada, man?
Not at all. There's no 247 websites or Rivals or Star and all that stuff. That's why you really have to travel to the States to really get, getting recruited and get a little spotlight on you because the way it's built back home, it's all about hockey. You know, this is where the money,
yeah.
this is where resources are going. You know, a lot of my friends that were in elementary school, middle school, you know, they went to the NHL like 18. So you do,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
you graduate high school, you do one year of like school at home, like this, because you're at the hockey academy, and then you get drafted to go to hockey. So everything is built for you to go to NHL. So that's why it's
and they're
so
trying
hard.
to get there by like 18, 19 years old.
18, 19, they're in the draft already. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
You imagine coming into the league at 18 or 19 years old without any like experience at Michigan or Minnesota playing college football? I mean, that'd be a jump, dude.
Yeah, those guys, they're real good with the puck, but
Did you play?
Yeah, played until I was 14.
Oh, man.
Because I feel like, I mean, you're from Canada. If you don't do any winter sport, you don't ski, snowboard, or hockey, like to play hockey, it's gonna be a long winter for you as a kid. Yeah. You're not gonna be doing much. You're not gonna be doing much.
Yeah,
so.
dude, that's true. Okay, so coming out, one of the top dogs in Canada, you initially go to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And how many years were you at Michigan? You graduated from there, right?
Yeah, 2.
In 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, because I came in. So there's a little difference in the educational system from where I'm from. So we don't have a grade 12. So we stop at grade 11, graduate high school, then you do 2 years of kind of like prep, like community college.
Okay.
So
can I interrupt you real quick? Your 2 years of like prep.
Mm-hmm.
Was one of those like years in there? Is that when you went to do that football camp?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was when I was 17, 18, those 2 years of prep. That was in downtown Montreal. Okay. And a lot of those classes that we take there are transferable to college. You know, they like transfer credits and stuff like that. So when when I enrolled at Michigan, I already had like 36 transfer credit that went towards my my major. Yeah. So transfer all those credits in. It lowered the amount of time that I needed to graduate. So I was able to do that in 2.5 years and get my bachelor's. And that gave me the opportunity to, like, you know, because I was before the transfer rules and all that stuff saying out. So I was able to transfer as a graduate student.
That's right.
And not sit out that year at Minnesota.
Yeah. So go from Canada, go to play at Michigan. It's not cold enough in Michigan, so you got to go play at Minnesota. I think I'm catching up with how it went down, man.
Exactly. Yeah,
dude. So you enjoy your time at, I know I'm putting you on the spot. You enjoy your time at both spots. Was there one that you definitely liked more than the other? Experiences, friendships, things like that?
I would say I still have, you know, the guys that came in at Michigan, you know, we still talk to each other. It's a you know, super strong bond. And
any of them in the league anywhere?
Yeah, you know, Khalik, obviously Cheese, you know.
Wait, you guys, is that what Cheese was saying earlier? Like you guys came in together?
Yeah, we was in the same recruiting class.
Same recruiting class. Leak and Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't know. Maybe Cheese told me that. I don't know if I've heard that one. That's really cool, man.
Same class.
Yeah.
But definitely some amazing experience at Michigan, the time that I was there. You know, football wise, it may not work out all the time, but just outside, like getting a top notch education, and you know, you can ask Cheese too. You know, we got the chance to travel around the world. Like I don't know if you guys talked about that, but I still talk about it to this day. Like we went to Rome and met the Pope.
Rome, yes.
Like Cheese we gave the Pope Jordan 5s, Michigan. Like there's not that many people that do that. We went to Paris and got to see the Louvre and all that stuff. So those types of you know, adventures.
How much did everybody want to bring you along when y'all were in Paris, just so that you could? I
always had my little group because I was a translator. It was like, if we end up going out or doing something, make sure Juice is there. So
Juice has got to be there. Yeah, that is really cool, man. So how awesome was it being able to go back and host that camp back in Canada that you got to go do, man?
That was amazing, to be honest. Like we were just talking about how hard it was to make it to the NFL and how
made me think of it, dude.
How no one made it to the NFL. The fact that I'm able to go back and you know, give those kids like the knowledge and show them how it works and what they need to do and what is required.
Did you go back to your hometown and do it?
That's so went back to my hometown. My whole high school, my principal was there, gave me access to like all the facilities and all that stuff. Man. First time doing it, 500 kids showed up, sold out. So
cool, bud.
And you know, I learned that growing up, like representation matters. So them kids being able to see me, someone from their hometown, make it and giving back, that's all the motivation they need.
What were the ages you had go to the camp? Do you remember?
I had from 8 all the way to 18.
That's so cool, man. Yeah. You gonna try and continue that, like get it going
every year. That's cool, that's my duty to the community. You know?
That is really cool, buddy. Yeah. That's really cool. What time of year you do it?
I always do it around July, like
Thank
end of
God.
June, like right after
I was scared you
OTAs
were
in
gonna say
July.
like February or something. I was like, man, I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
no, we outside in the summer, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that is really cool. This has been just a whole bunch of fun facts, man. On hang time, I often ask for a lot of tips, and then I also ask guys just for their personal take on a little bit of fashion, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that, let's say, scale of 1 to 10 on how serious you take it. And when I say fashion,
Yeah.
I'm going either date night or road games, home games, when you're dressed to the nines, when you're trying to roll, how serious you take the fashion.
Very, very serious, to be honest, and it's not as serious that's time consuming. It's as serious that I just been doing this since I was a young kid, and I just have a passion about it. I feel like I could throw on the Nike Tech on and just be comfortable
Yep.
and all that, but it's just there's just a nice little energy, a nice little feel about knowing that you got something nice on you, then you
That's
just
right,
feel
dude.
good, and you can just start your day off the right way.
No question, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that looks so good on you. And if I could you picture me rolling in like that? It's okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
I think anyone can wear those type of outfits.
They're just not gonna look good. That's what you were gonna
No,
say.
no. I'm not throwing you on this, but it's really how confident you are. Like you really like that's the thing people need to understand. Like you really make the clothes. So if someone like let's say like you can have a stylist or anyone that just throw you something and then you don't really feel too comfortable in it, like it's not gonna look too good. But if you come out and you feeling good and you like, man, I really got this on, that's what makes the outfit.
So I have date night tonight
Mhm.
with my wife. And
I wouldn't
you just
recommend the
to-
puffer.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You just told me that I make the clothes.
Yeah.
So if I own it and I come strolling out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make the clothes. Like I can make it look good.
Yeah. So if
I'll take some of that. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You walk in a restaurant and like you're like, hey, how you shy about because you're not sure what you're wearing, but you walk in there and you're like, hey, I got table right there, 8, reservation for
Sir,
2.
that's not your table. Nuh-uh. I said
No,
that's
right
my
there.
table.
It doesn't matter what you're
Oh,
wearing. It's
yeah.
like they're like, okay,
make the clothes.
Tress is in the building.
So I'm sure that for those of you that are watching, we've been seeing the slideshow of the different outfits, but you heard it here from Ben St-Juste. You make the clothes. And I would just like to encourage everybody this week. You got maybe an event or something you're going to, maybe just a special day at work. You make the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been your third baller statement of the episode. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to take that one with me for sure, man. All right, dude. So from special teams coordinator, Coach Nate Katzer, told me a little tidbit that you got married at or in a castle.
Yes, sir.
This offseason.
Yes, sir.
1, congrats. And 2,
thank you.
What? Like a castle?
Yeah.
If my daughter catches wind of this, she's in big princess face. And if my daughter, Harper Lynn Way, catches wind that you could get married at a castle, buddy, she's going to write it down somewhere and save it. And then one day that's definitely going to have to take place. Was it just awesome, man?
It was great, and I think the fact that it was such an historical and nice venue like that, it gave not only a nice experience for me and my wife, but also all the guests, that were there. It's a very historical place. It's a castle that was built in the early 1900s for the guy's daughter to get married there first.
How about that? Yeah.
And it's inspired by the Chateau de Versailles in Paris, like the castle in France, and plenty of famous people went there. Taylor Swift, filmed a few music videos. Floyd Mayweather had a birthday party there and all that.
Wow.
So, and I have French, culture and heritage, so that it just fitted right there.
That's
and
so cool,
crazy thing about it, my wife found it on TikTok. She, was scrolling through, saw the venue. She's like, I want that. And I was like, what? And I was like, what up? No, I want that. I said, but did we? No, I want that.
Nope,
and then I was like, oh, okay, like castle it is. And
she
stuff.
did the little table reservation for 2 when you make the clothes. Hey, that's not your table.
Yeah,
that's what I want. That's it.
Exactly. And then
it's cool, man.
Yeah, it turned out very well, and very happy with.
Was it strictly just for the wedding itself? Was it the whole reception? Did you guys get to stay there? Like, what was
it was a whole experience, to be honest, because I got there on Friday, and we were able to me and my groomsmen were able to golf right next to the golf course that was right next to the castle.
Love that. Yeah.
And we golfed there. Saturday we had the rehearsal dinner at the castle, and it's full of old architecture.
Man.
You got the kind of like the Chapel 16 up there on the ceiling, and you got You got the garden like
the whole garden,
the whole
like
garden,
that.
and
Dude, that
so
is just awesome, man.
and I love the feedback that I got from not only my groomsmen, my family, her bridesmaid. They were like,
Yeah.
this was an experience, this was a vibe. You know, we really
Yes,
got
man.
to feel it instead of just going.
That is really cool,
yeah,
buddy.
so.
Yeah. Like for obviously a very special and memorable day. That is really cool, man.
Appreciate it.
How was the golf?
Golf was great. That was in the beginning of my journey of golfing. I started golfing only last year.
Now,
So
you said something very important. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. Dude, when I first got here, my rookie year, our place kicker would take me out and I would go to the driving range and get a bucket of balls and I would just put it in the back of the cart. And that's what I'd use the whole time because I would lose so many balls in a round. But it's a journey, man.
Exactly.
See, one day you and I will be playing against each other on the PGA Tour one day. When football's all behind us, because it's a journey.
Speak it to existence.
You make your golf game, much like I learned today that I make the clothes. You make your golf game.
Exactly. Yeah.
A game that cannot be won, only played, man.
Exactly.
I got a movie for you. Have you seen Legend of Bagger Vance with Will Smith?
No.
Since you're dabbling into the golf, highly recommend.
Okay.
It is super cool, man.
I'll
I think
check
you'll
it
dig it. Dude, I have been blown away with this episode of all the things that I've learned. You and I, we always talk and see each other, but I mean, it has never been like this in detail. So this has just been fascinating hearing everything. But here on Hang Time, we finish with a certain segment that you'll be a fan of the name. It's called 3 and Out.
3 and Out.
And I'm going to give you a trivia question, and you are going to have 1 minute to give me 3 correct answers.
Okay.
If you get the 3 correct answers, well, there's multiple correct answers, but if you give me 3, you win. And Ben, there has not been a lot of winners this year.
Okay.
Now I understand it's a minute. You're in the hot seat. It's a podcast. It's Hang Time. People haven't been doing too good. Like I said, the question is going to have multiple answers, but you only have to give me 3. I'm kind of a jerk on this one because scattered within this question are some answers that you may want to say, but I'm going to have to get you on a technicality that they will not be correct.
Okay.
Hopefully you don't say them, but if you do, I'm going to have to be like, I'm sorry. Like the Family Feud buzzer. They already said it. Okay.
All right.
Ben St-Juste, your question is, I believe there's 8 or 9 countries in the world that end in land.
Yeah.
Name 3 of them.
Iceland.
There
you go.
Work through the map. Leave North America.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Wow. Well, that's already 2. We're looking promising. You got 45 seconds. Just take your time. Work through it.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, the dude. You want to keep rolling, man? You still got 30 seconds. So you already won. This is just more and more icing on the cake. That was impressive, bro. New Zealand, man. New Zealand, Iceland, the Netherlands. Oh, yeah, that's impressive.
I'm going through the continents right now. Like,
think about maybe your trip.
Finland.
Oh, man, you're just raising the stakes for the guest next week.
Ireland.
My man. 3, 2, 1. Went 5 deep. Now, I was so pumped. If you were to say England,
oh man,
it wouldn't count. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it is a part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
United Kingdom. Okay.
Same with Northern Ireland, but I don't know if you'd have said that one, and Scotland. So it would have been like the little trip up where I hope I wouldn't have just shaken you. But dude, you got it through and through, man.
Culture.
I'll have to go back and see the last time somebody actually got all 3. It might have been one. It's definitely the first time in a few weeks, maybe the first time this season. So, see, not too bad, man.
No,
you were
not
all
too
nervous
bad.
when I said we got some trivia at the beginning of the show.
Oh, it depends. I mean, you got the right. I got the right topic right now. With just geography in general, because I'm a big traveler. I like traveling and stuff like that. But if you would have got me on fast food or something else, like you said, maybe I would have ran out of time, to be honest.
That's all right, dude. You went 5 deep, so we're good. Buddy, I have really enjoyed this conversation today. thank you for coming on to Hang Time, and let's go take care of Philly in Philly, man.
Yes, sir.